I mean, could this opening weekend be any more perfect?
You are Locked On Auburn, your daily podcast on the Auburn Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome into a very special impromptu edition of Locked On Auburn. Kind of got peer pressured into hopping on. And here we are. I mean, what an incredible opening weekend of college football. Auburn wins on the road against Baylor by 2 touchdowns. And then you see the number 8 team in the country, your arch rival, who's been the bar, the goal of all college football for way too long, all of a sudden look like a look like a team that we haven't seen wearing that jersey in a very, very long time. I don't know. It just, the whole dynamic of everything feels different now than it did even 24 hours ago. I mean, I think 24 hours ago, as we record this 6:45. I mean, looking at this time a day ago, like we were all nervous. We all had some hope, but we had some concerns of like, what if this doesn't go well? And then everything that's happened since then, it's like, goodness gracious, let's all take for granted how difficult it is to win on the road. As Kenyatta Watson said in a very subtle, very passive-aggressive tweet, but he said the truth. It's tough to win on the road. And obviously Auburn went on the road, won by 2 touchdowns. Alabama did not do that. Did not do that. And you've got to ask the question, and look, anytime the Auburn job comes open, which sadly has been more often than it probably should have been over the last few years, the discussion is how difficult the job is. Because you have to go up against Alabama, and you have to go up against Georgia, and just the geography of it and the historic nature of it. It's tough. It's a unique situation that it is a tough job. And a lot of that's been because of what Nick Saban has built. And if you're Kalen DeBoer now, the head coach at Alabama, I mean, the way Alabama fans are talking about him and this roster and their quarterback and Ryan Williams, it's just, I don't know, guys, we've never really seen anything like this before. Everything's just always been so perfect in Tuscaloosa. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, yeah, like you're watching this Gus Malzahn FSU offense run against them. And it's like, that's exactly what Jackson Arnold did to them last year. And guys, it's hard not to think. I mean, we're already booging because of what Auburn did to Baylor yesterday, but you just got to think, if FSU can run on Alabama and Jackson Arnold was able to run on Alabama last year, you got to feel pretty good about the Iron Bowl at this point, or at least better. You got to feel better than we did, right? Incredible. I mean, it's everything that you asked for. It's everything you asked for. So I'll let this be live and interactive. If anybody kind of wants to ask or say anything, it could be about the current situation in the SEC. It could be about Auburn Baylor. It could be about whatever you want. Just wanted to kind of go live for a few minutes and kind of hang out with y'all as this craziness happen. Don't get too cocky as an Auburn fan. It's not about being cocky. They lost the game. What do you mean? What do you mean? Did you not watch it? Not everything has to be this big meta zoomed out thing. It looks different. They're 5 for 5 in their last 10 is what I saw. Like, are we going to not act like it's different? I'm not saying Auburn's going to beat Alabama like 5 years in a row or anything like that. I'm saying it's clearly different. And that matters. It matters in recruiting. It matters in every aspect of this state. What? Craziness. Yeah, I mean, what a cool thing for Gus Malzahn. What a cool thing for Gus Malzahn there, for sure. Whew, guys. Somebody's asking about LSU Clemson. I like LSU in the game, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. Another thing that I wanted. Yeah, I mean, so this is a big thing here. I keep clicking on the wrong thing. David says front seven for Alabama is weak. I mean, it certainly looked that way today. And I think that's going to be a thing where you might see that more in the SEC than you have in previous seasons. And I think some of that has to do with the changing of the guard. I think some of that has to do with the top teams. I don't think you can acquire as much depth as you used to because of the NIL situation. We'll see. Yeah, I'm curious to see that. But I've been kind of disappointed with a few different front sevens that I've seen so far throughout the SEC. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, what a crazy opportunity though Auburn had, because I mean, going into week one, there were several really big matchups, and not all of them have played themselves out yet. But obviously, Texas, Ohio State was a big one, and Texas did not look good offensively. I thought their defense looked really, really good. And then obviously, Alabama playing against the Seminoles did not look very good. It's just it's something. It's something. And like the way Alabama fans are like treating their quarterback, like that's not good. Recruits are seeing that. They've turned on Ryan Williams because he had a bad game. The dude left in what appeared to be like concussed, and they're just ragging on the guy. And it's like, what is going on? Trouble in paradise. Trouble in paradise. It's just, I mean, we haven't seen anything like it at Alabama. We haven't seen anything like it since Nick Saban's been here. And it feels different. It feels different. And they're in a situation. I mean, I just got done listening to Locked On Bama went live with Luke and Jimmy. And Jimmy brought up a good point. Like, look, there's going to be some fans calling for Kalen DeBoer's job, which hashtag fire DeBoer is a thing that's on Twitter right now. And I don't know if you could do it like with his buyout. And so he's going to have this fan base that doesn't believe in him. And I don't know if they could move on from him. It's just a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. I don't know. Randy says we have a better quarterback than Bama. I think that's correct. I also think Cam Coleman would be the best receiver on both rosters. I think Auburn's offensive line might be deeper after today. There was a stint there where I think the entire right side of Bama's O-line was out, and then I think their tackle came back in. It looked like he was getting sick on the sideline, but there's a pretty clear drop-off in pass pro when that happened. Like, and I don't think FSU's like super I don't think they're super elite as a front seven, and Bama chose to like not run the ball. I mean, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. The pivot. I mean, what a crazy 24 hours. I mean, I spent the last week doing all these radio hits, and different shows have different pick'ems, and their guests are involved. And I mean, I picked Bama in every single one of them. Like the spread's not large enough. Boy, was I wrong on that. I just didn't see this coming, guys. I didn't see this coming. But I don't know. Hey, today's show is brought to you by our friends at Game Time. Game Time's the best place to buy tickets. It doesn't matter what it's for. I'm sure FSU folks are very happy that they used the Game Time app to watch their team beat Alabama. I'm sure a lot of Auburn fans used it to watch their team win by 2 touchdowns on the road. But use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. And you won't regret it. Once again, Locked On College for $20 off the Game Time app. So I absolutely love that Kenyatta Watson. Bradlaw wants to get in here. Let me send this to Bradlaw real quick, because if anybody wants to talk about something bad happening to Alabama, like that is your guy. That is your guy 100% of the time. Give me 1 second. Let's get Bradlaw in here. This is great radio. We'll see him in a second. I mean, how great is this for Gus Malzahn? A guy like the fan base was kind of split on, but I mean, what a cool story for him. And I mean, he is the Bama slayer at this point. So I love that. I absolutely love that for Gus Malzahn. Another thing, like the only negative thing about the Bama FSU game was Usman Chroma. I mean, that guy was just dynamite. And we almost had him. Brad Law, the barn derangement syndrome.
What's up?
Continues to just explode. Your thoughts watching Gus Malzahn do what he does best, and that's beat Alabama?
You know, I think about Florida State and the way they were treated by the playoff committee, Zach, 2 seasons ago, and what they endured. And there's no way, nobody saw 2-10 coming last year for them. But it's not surprising that they weren't motivated in the offseason when they had a playoff bid stolen from them 2 years ago.
Wow.
So to come out and to have the motivation all off season and to have a new offensive coordinator with belief and confidence because he's done it before, and a quarterback with belief and confidence who just gets absolutely spit on all summer because he has the audacity to have confidence. Can you believe he had the audacity to say, they don't have the greatest football coach of all time anymore, so I feel confident? And he was just spat on all summer for it. The machine spit him up, chewed him up, spit him
out. The Alabama media machine, you mean?
The Alabama media machine lied to all of you all summer. So, yeah, I love that they rushed the field. I'm happy for Gus. I'm happy for a program. Look, independent of the win over Alabama, that program that was shafted 2 years ago gets to celebrate this opener, making a statement on opening night for them. Good for them. They should absolutely enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot what I was about to ask you. Oh, yeah. So when the FSU quarterback who talked smack and, everybody just spat on him, to use your verbiage there, the thing that's pretty different to me, that's like glaringly different in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
And I'm going to quote Jimmy Stein here, who said this when they went live on Locked On Bama just a second ago. You think if that would have happened when Nick Saban was there and they had Reuben Foster and Jonathan Allen, that wouldn't have been handled on the field? This Alabama defense, they didn't seem to care.
No.
They didn't seem to care. Ryan Williams said it's going to be like an ant being squished by a sledgehammer or whatever. And it's like, well, you dropped, you had 1 million drops, it seems like. That would not have happened. That would not have happened under the old Alabama. It's a new era, Brad Law.
And it's funny, Zach, we said that. We said it. We said it in December 2 years ago, that this thing is like a big ship. It doesn't turn instantly. It takes a little bit of time to turn. Folks, if you don't think it's turned, what are you watching? And Auburn's win last night and Florida State's win today, what more evidence do you need that it's turned? Or if it's not all the way turned, it's getting real close to all the way turned. It's, Florida State was the more physical team.
Right.
Florida State was the better tackling team. Florida State communicated better. Florida State's quarterback was much more poised and confident and looked for the moment more.
Yeah.
Is that coaching? Is that preparation? I heard somebody say that, if that's a game where if it's game 4 of the season and, you're able to have more film on what they're trying to do. Gus Malzahn's run the same offense for 15 years. What more? You had the whole offseason to prepare for that game.
Right.
That's nonsense. Don't let them keep lying to you. Don't let them keep lying to you.
When Alabama got some momentum, I was in a group text where they're like, all right, it's about to be 3 straight runs down the middle. And it was. And they converted.
Yeah. I mean, look, one guy, let me ask you something. Does one guy in the middle of the defensive line being out make the difference in 3 touchdowns? Because they won by 2 touchdowns. So, and I know they were successful running the ball up the middle, but is that where the talent left? See, I thought, because again, the Alabama media machine has lied to everybody and said that, oh no, the roster is so stacked. The roster is so stacked. It's the most talented roster in the country. They're deep at every position. But the loss of one guy in the middle of the defensive line is the difference in 3 touchdowns? Well, which is it? Which is it? See, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it one way until you win and then change your narrative after a loss. That's the machine doing what it's done forever, and nobody's buying it anymore, Zach. Nobody's buying it anymore. Don't get mad at us for telling you the truth. Get mad at them for lying to you. Barn derangement syndrome is becoming a barn derangement epidemic in a hurry.
Yeah.
And it is only going to be amplified after
spreading
this weekend. Yeah.
It's spreading. And they've already turned. Like all of these Bama fans, they've turned. They've turned on their head coach. They've turned on their quarterback. They've turned on Ryan Williams.
It's true.
Like, if you're not winning, they don't want to support you.
Right. Because they think that winning is just automatic. I think it's just automatic. They've taken it for granted for so long. And look, credit to the machine that was built. But that machine does, look, we don't use fax machines anymore. Certain machines have become antiquated.
Oh.
Certain machines aren't as useful or necessary. They can't operate in the same way. They don't give you what they used to give you.
Wow.
You have to change the technology.
It won't happen. But when the AP poll comes out, I assume it comes out on Tuesday, since there are games Monday. I'm assuming it'll come out on Tuesday this week.
Yeah.
Auburn should be ranked higher than Alabama.
It won't happen. You're right.
It won't happen, but it should.
But watching the two teams play, Auburn looked significant. They looked better coached. They looked in better condition. Every eye test you would use, Auburn was a better team. And I know it's tough. You're playing different competition and whatnot, but
I don't know. I don't think it's crazy to say that
like
Baylor is better than FSU, though.
Very different styles. That'd be an entertaining game. It'd be a very entertaining game.
Live chat. Which team is better, FSU or Baylor? Let us know in the live chat. Genuinely curious, because I think you can make the argument for both.
Now, I'll say the environment in Tallahassee was better than the environment in Waco. There's no question about it. Like, who played in the tougher environment?
Yeah.
Alabama played in the tougher environment, but the two teams, I think they're probably close.
Yeah.
I think they're close.
Yeah, well, like FSU has fans. I don't know if Baylor actually has fans. Like, they have alumni, and like that's kind of it. Like, nobody's like, I'm just going to be a Baylor fan, So,
yeah.
Incredible. Are you back from Waco, I assume? Did you make it back safely?
Yeah. We were lucky. We're very lucky. A lot of flights got canceled today coming back because there was weather in Dallas that just sat around and on top of DFW. So we were actually, the people who were on our plane, we sat on the runway for about 20 minutes, and they told us, there's weather. We're trying to look for a window. We don't know if we're going to get one. We're 6th in line for takeoff. And thankfully we did get a window. So, we're back.
All right. Good deal. Folks, if you haven't yet, make sure you're subscribed to the Barn Auburn on YouTube. Brad Law and I have a show called Village Vice that drops 3 times a week. And gonna be a lot of milkshakes this week.
That was wonderful. I think actually I said on Village Vice last week, I said 2 rushing touchdowns for Jackson Arnold.
You nailed it.
2 milkshakes for Jackson. So, including how about a quarterback who's not afraid to run for a first down? A quarterback who is authoritative and commands the huddle and commands the line of scrimmage and commands isn't afraid of it, even in a road environment. That was something to watch. That was really encouraging for. Yeah.
Ty Simpson, 0 aura. Jackson Arnold, lots of aura, as the kids would say.
Yeah, mega aura. Yeah,
No
that's
doubt.
right.
Thanks for joining us on this
As the kids would say.
impromptu, very off the cuff special Locked On Auburn. We'll see you next time. This has been Locked On Auburn.